What I have for you today is really exciting. I don't know if anyone's done it before, I don't know of its limits, but I think I've created survivable vanilla chunk loaders. Okay, so bear with me, I don't know all the facts, but I'll try to explain it to you in the best of my ability. So, here we are in spawn chunks. So these are the spawn chunks. I'm now going to leave the spawn chunks to show you the demonstration. So if I get some super speed, I'm going to run all the way out of spawn chunks, okay? So I'm no longer in spawn chunks anymore. So we're going to get a bit of milk to slow ourselves down. Okay, so there are two things here. There is the iron clock and the gold clock. So what these do is, if I just turn them on, this one starts shouting gold at me, and this one starts shouting iron at me. Okay, so old gold, iron, gold, iron, gold, iron. So what if I were to run back to spawn? Okay, run back to the spawn chunks. Okay, so we're back at spawn chunks. Now notice the chat box is no longer saying iron, but it is constantly still saying gold. And the reason here is because I've created some spawn chunks. Well, not spawn chunks, but I've used a chunk loader here. And I'll try to explain how it works. So this has something to do with hoppers. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's got something to do with these hopper systems. So what I did here was I set up a massive hopper little system thing, which basically, this is 250 that way and 250 back, so 500 hoppers. What I did was I placed a piece of chicken here, and eventually it got returned. But a weird side effect was all of these hoppers are actually became not the hoppers themselves, but the chunks that they were in all became loaded suddenly. So if I go to the thingies, basically the way this seems to work is by setting up these little hopper systems in like little outcroppings, you can actually turn these loaded. So as you can see, the iron is now loaded. So if I just kill myself, you will notice that the iron is still going off. Okay. So, and to prove to you that I can actually turn it off, so make it unloaded, all I need to do is I need to run this way, and basically just need to destroy the hoppers. So if I just destroy all these hoppers, which probably shouldn't take very long, so just destroy the hoppers like really quickly. Then when I actually kill myself, this whole chunk here will become unloaded again. So you see, it just says gold now, no iron. So my theory on this is basically, imagine the yellow area is spawn chunks and the red area is unloaded chunks. So by starting the hopper system out in spawn chunks and then extending it out into unloaded chunks, I think that basically creates these new, not spawn chunks, because if you remove the hoppers then they can turn off, but whilst the hoppers are in those chunks become loaded, and that is ridiculously useful for so many goddamn things.